Welcome, everyone, to Saturday night's short form improv comedy show, Comedy One Shots. We are Chaotic Good Improv, and we will be improvising for you guys tonight. Tonight's show is going to be completely made up. It's all going to come from the top of our domes, and we don't have anything planned to say to you at all, really. We're going to find out what happens along with you guys. But we will be needing you guys to be a part of our show by I just forgot words. Providing us. There we go. It's not good when you have to make up words and you can't remember words in general. We're going to be needing you guys to provide suggestions for us throughout the show. So before any of our games, we'll ask you. We'll ask for a suggestion topic of anything maybe as simple as persons, places, things, feelings, emotions, something in a whole. I don't know. It's just whatever we're going to ask. And you just feel free to type those into the chat, whether you're watching on Facebook or Twitch or MySpace. If we're on there, please let me know. I don't even know if that website's open still. But just type it in. Chad, our tech guy, our tech wizard, our man with multiple talents, will be monitoring the chat, and he'll let us know what suggestion he's chosen from what you guys have given us. And if we don't get to one of your suggestions right away, do not fret. We will probably go back and pull from it in some of our later games if we need to. So, let me introduce our cast tonight. My name is Chris. We've got Pierce. We've got Melanie. And we've got Gabe. And I was commenting earlier while we were in our virtual green room that I never wear orange shirts ever. Like I have one and I happen to put it on. Happened to be the same time Pierce wore an orange shirt, so I feel like kind of a little bit of twinsies. So nice.
Who wore it better?
Well, I'm hiding most of mine.
We have to ask.
Mine's a Cincinnati Bengals shirt, and I'm still in. I just can't believe how awful they are. So I'm too ashamed to show it. So anyway, without further ado, before we get off topic on the football, I'm going to turn it over to our tech wizard, Chad. So Chad, do you have any announcements?
Why, yes. First of all, we are now discussing hockey because I like it better. No, I'm just kidding. Hey guys, thank you so much for being here tonight, and thank you for watching us tonight. We love to have an audience. We love to make all these funny shows just for you and everything, and hey, we appreciate all that you put into it as well, all the suggestions and everything. This show literally cannot exist without you, so thank you so much for everybody who makes it possible. If you'd like to bring more people into the fold, take this opportunity right now before we even start the show. Share the links with your friends. Say, hey, there's weird people doing funny stuff on the internet. Who does that, right? So go ahead and share the Twitch, the Facebooks, the YouTubes, whatever's. We would love to have as many people watching as we can. Tell family, friends, and worst enemies. They'll be friends when we're done, because they'll love you for making them laugh. Also, another way that people support us is monetarily, and we really do appreciate that so much. That keeps us loud, live, and bringing the funny to you. If you go to twitch.tv/chaoticgoodimprov, where you're probably watching right now, if I had to guess, you can find ways to support us through Twitch subscriptions and bit cheers, as so many have in the past few days. Comedy Girly, for example, in the chat, just resub for 8 months. Good Lord, we've been doing that for so long. So, yes, thank you to everybody who subscribes. If you have an Amazon Prime account, you can always subscribe via Twitch at no additional cost to yourself. We also have, and I'm pretty sure in some of the scenes I have the link tree. I should put that in every scene. We should do that. But we also have places where you can donate via PayPal, paypal.me/chaoticgoodimprov. And also, if you'd like a little something for your trouble, we have a merch store as well at chaoticgoodimprov.com. Yes, we have our own stinking website, chaoticgoodimprov.com. Check out our store. Melanie has a mug, which is great because literally everything I own that CGI branded is in the wash right now, including the mask and mug. So, yes, thank you so much. We do have mugs, and I promise we have other stuff. We have shirts, we have onesies, we have hats, we have all sorts of things that you can take out and show your CGI pride. In fact, I was wearing my CGI mask just last night and someone recognized me. They're like, "Hi, Chad," and I was like, panic, I'm famous. I don't know how to deal with this pressure. So, there is that. It will get you noticed. Is what
one of 10 people recognize you. That's awesome. That's awesome.
Yes, I charge $30 an autograph. Just so you know. It's just it's just to cover like the overhead. That's all. But anyway, thank you so much to Rock and Roll, by the way. Thank you so much for Rockarola 0928, by the way, for the Prime subscription, and Eagle Panini for the bit cheer. That's how we do it. Also, one last thing, guys. One last thing that you can do to help with the show tonight is we like to archive our shows. As Chris said, this show's never existed before, and another show like it will never exist again. But this show will exist in our archives, and therefore it needs a name. We can't just have a nameless show floating out there. So if you hear our actors say anything uproariously funny tonight, or if you see a common theme happening throughout the scenes, let me know in the chat. I'll be Chaotic Get Improv in the chat. Let me know. Say, hey, Chad, here's a suggestion for a title. Some people just put them in quotes, and that's good enough for me. I'll put them in a big old list tonight, and we'll deliberate at the end which one we like. The person who suggests the winning thing will get kudos. Which are really valuable. We give kudos, salutations, and greetings to everyone who does so. And that's the deal of the century right there. Okay, well, and speaking of things we give out, we're about to give out some laughs tonight, so I'm going to turn it over to Chris to get that started. So, Chris, back over to you.
Absolutely. So, as Chad said, make sure you guys put in your ideas for the thing. And if you're the one who chooses the winning thing, then you will get the kudos. So, just want to throw that out there. The title of our show, I'm assuming, is what he meant as the thing. Awesome. All right, we're going to move. Words are hard for me right now. We're going to move right along to our very first game. This is for Pierce and Melanie. I just realized I never turned my background on. That's cool. I don't have to turn it off now. So this first game is going to be for Pierce and Melanie. What I'm going to need from the audience is any letter of the alphabet. You can literally just blindly press your finger on a key on your keyboard, and we will use it for this next game. Also, once you're done blindly pressing a letter on your keyboard, what I'm going to need is I need suggestions for a location, any place. It does not have to be a country or a city. It can be a room. It can be a mythical place, Narnia, if you wanted it to. It can be anything that would categorize as a location or a setting where maybe a scene can take place. And we'll use that for the scene, because what Pierce and Melanie are going to do is they are going to play the alphabet game, A to Z. They're going to improvise a scene based on the suggestion that we select for them from your suggestions. And the only stipulation and constraint they're going to have on the scene is that each actor who speaks must start their sentence with the next sequential letter of the alphabet. So if Melanie were to start a sentence began with the letter A, Pierce would have to retort with the letter B, Melanie with C, and so on and so forth. But we're not going to start with A. A is too easy. It's why I asked you guys for a letter of the alphabet. Chad, do we have a letter that was suggested by our audience?
A suggestion for the letter K.
K. So this scene will begin with the letter K, also my favorite letter because my name is spelled with K. The scene is going to begin with the letter K. It's going to wrap to Z, back around to A, and it's going to end with the letter K. So K to K will be how the scene is going to go. And do we have a suggestion, Chad, for a location for the scene to take place, or just to be a suggestion for the scene?
7-Eleven.
7-Eleven. All right. Much better than the Circle K, in my opinion. That's just me. But because something is always afoot at the Circle K, according to Bill and Ted. We are going to start this. I'm just going to ramble. It's Saturday night. I don't give a damn. We're going to begin this scene about this. Almost said Circle K. About 7-Eleven. This is the A to Z, beginning with K, ending with K. In 3, 2, and 1.
Deli.
Kevin.
Look. I feel like I need to go first.
My, oh my, what a surprise. You need to go first.
Now, is that any way to treat the man that you are in love with?
Okay, Kevin, I'm sorry. Please. I'm listening.
Perhaps we should get a slushie first. This could take a while.
Question for you. You interrupted me when I was going to say something really important.
Right.
To suggest we get...
Right.
So you're just going to keep interrupting me.
That's the idea.
Under the circumstances, I'm going to refer to what my therapist told me to do in situations like this, and that is to basically railroad you and to keep talking and not allow you to interrupt.
Very well. Are you done now?
Why don't you just test the waters by trying to talk?
Excuse me? We've worked on communication. We have worked on communication, and you still won't let me.
You, Kevin, are the reason I'm in therapy, and the reason we have to meet at this Special K or 7-Eleven or whatever it is, because we can't meet in a room anymore because it's not safe for me.
Zero responsibility. That's how much you take for your own emotions.
All right. That's where we're going. That's actually, we're making progress because I am showing a lot of responsibility for my emotions.
Biting my tongue on that one. Fine. Maybe you are. Look, I'm tired of fighting. I'm tired of arguing. I'm tired of interrupting you. Just spit out. What do you want? What do you want out of this?
Can we find a way to come together?
Don't think so. Don't think so.
Even in a public place, you're going to wound me like that?
For sure. Oh, God, that was funny. Oh, it was cathartic.
Oh, gorgeous. That man behind the counter is gorgeous, and I'm remembering now why I left you, Kevin.
Hello. You left me? When did this happen?
I left you a year ago. Honey,
Just kidding.
I served your papers.
Just kidding, JK.
Kevin,
Hey,
we're done.
And scene. That, by the way, that scene took place in the most upscale of the Circle K's, known as the Special K. It's a good one. That was good. That was
Special K. That's a cereal, right?
and a drunk. Yeah. So yeah, either way. Yeah.
Okay. On that note, this next game is going to be for, I believe, Chris and Gabe. I wait for the colors. So I'm
Wait for the colors.
I need a suggestion of how about some kind of reunion or some kind of gathering where you would see people, just see sort of what that gets you. Because what's going to happen in this is a game called Change. And so we're going to start with the suggestion, and at any point in the scene, I can say change, and the actor is going to have to change the last thing they said. And I can do that as many times as I want. I can change speed, I can change sound effects, I can change whatever I want. And then they'll have to adopt that new thing as reality and say yes and move forward into the scene. So do we have some suggestions for a place that two people might meet? Yeah. Convention or a...
Well, first of all, I was a little worried because I thought that pretty much everyone would have forgotten what a gathering was. Like
I don't know what that is.
Yeah, I forgot myself. No, but
That's what I do with the
people other than your family.
That's how I find firewood. I go out and I get a gathering.
But right off the bat, we had a great one for chili cook-off. So
Chili cook-off.
Yeah.
Oh yes. So all right. Well, this is Change with Chris and Gabe, and has something to do with a chili cook-off in 3, 2, and 1.
Hey, man, Peter, you might want to hit that knife harder. I can't hear it.
Change.
Hey, Peter, you might want to maybe do that louder so the volume of that knife is audible.
Change.
Peter, you're on mute.
To be fair, Stephen, I hadn't said anything yet.
No, I was just, you know what? It's one of them things. I have spontaneous bouts of deafness. And so I just need to make sure that it's not occurring. So I get worried when I see things that don't have corresponding sounds associated with them.
That is fair, Stephen. Well, the reason my knife is so quiet is that I'm using it to cut Play-Doh. Slides through. I have developed a silencer for my knife.
I know.
Change.
Oh my, how long it's been since I've seen you, Stephen.
It has, Peter. It's been a long time. And you know what? Now it's becoming that it's only this annual chili cook-off that we see each other. And I'm going to be honest with you. I know you've won 5 years running, but I've got secret ingredients this year and a secret technique on how to boil my beans. Ain't going to make it this year on how to grind up my beef.
I can smell the paprika.
And I've got a secret recipe. Secret on tomato vinegar mixture sauces that are going to intercalate within the beans and the ground up beef. And it's going to win this year, man. It's going to beat you.
It's interesting that you would tell me what your recipe is. Now I can pick a counter recipe, something that soothes the buds after yours has scorched them.
Change.
I'm going to bribe the judges.
Oh, man, Peter, see, I knew you were a nefarious son, bitch. I knew that you always got away with something. Because I had your chili. It tastes like not even as good as Wendy's chili.
I do make it out of kibbles and bits.
Kibbles and bits
Change.
of what?
I make my chili the way my mother taught me.
Well, that's good. You know, family recipes are important. You know, you don't want to lose that knowledge down to generational lives. You know,
It's true, but you see, my mother never taught me anything. So I just throw things into a bowl. I have no method. There's no rhyme. There's no reason. It's just beans in water and a
that's.
bit of broth.
I mean, if at its core, I mean that is chili. It, you know, it's just beans and juice. Basically, it's bean juice. You know, not ground up beans. But I'm getting beside myself. See, you're doing it again. Your soothing, lulling voice is getting me into a state of confusion to where now I'm not going to be able to focus on my masterpiece chili recipe.
That sounds tiresome.
I am
Change.
getting.
That sounds exhausting.
It is exhausting, Peter. You know, I'm glad you brought that up. You know, these people come here and they look at the chili cook-offs like this is fun for us. I mean, there is a modicum of enjoyment, but for the most part, this is a tiring endeavor.
I would
Change.
agree.
This is, for the most part, this sucks.
Change.
For the most part, it's all about the glory. You know, just being able to go home with that ribbon, that kidney bean shaped ribbon right there on your chesticle that you know that you did
Change.
something that the gold statue, 24 karat gold statue they give you for winning it. I melt mine down every year. That's how I paid my mortgage. Even though I haven't won yet, I don't know how I'm homeless.
I know. I saw the eviction notice on your house when I passed through your neighborhood the other day. I was sad to see it, really.
Yeah, your house is looking is
And
nice.
scene. That's the saddest chili cook-off ever.
Oh, that was
It's just squished beans. Just squished beans and water.
Coincidentally, anyone who's ever used a French press also knows that feeling. Okay, so anyway, moving on to happier scenes. Hopefully,
Oh no, we can't guarantee that.
we can.
I don't
We
think our
really
scene was
can.
necessarily sad.
By the way, thanks to Miss Broader for the bit cheers. We're going
Miss
to move
Broader.
ahead to a game called Switch. This is for all the rest of the cast except for myself, because I'll be running this one. And what I'm going to need from the chat is pretty much anything. I mean, if you could think of, a a relationship between two people, if you can think of like a place, if you can think of an idea, if you can think of something larger than a bread box, go ahead and put it in the chat. Anything like that at all, because what we're going to do is I'm going to assign these suggestions to each pair of actors that you see in this square. So Pierce and Melanie will have a scene, Melanie and Gabe will have a scene, Gabe and Chris will have a scene, Chris and Pierce will have a scene. Each one will have a different scene containing a different suggestion, and at any time I can switch between these scenes by calling out said suggestion. It's kind of like I have a remote, and I can just flip through the channels whenever I want. Kind of like I actually do with the buttons that makes all the things go up on the screen. It's kind of meta like that. Anyway, we're going to go ahead.
Sorry.
Yeah, that's fine.
I thought I was muted.
We're
That's
professionals.
my bad.
It's all good. All right, so we'll start out with Pierce and Melanie. Your suggestion is Groundhog Day.
I'll type these in for you.
Yeah, please do.
Groundhog
Excuse
Day.
me. And I'm coughing right into the mic. That's also professional. That's
I
great.
just burped into it, so it doesn't matter. Apparently, this is normal and okay.
Improvisers, we have bodily functions. All right, the next suggestion.
Everybody poops.
I am right now. Next suggestion for Melanie and Gabe. Metaphorically.
Why is it so funny?
It's just because we can't see below his shoulders. That's why it's funny. It's like he could be telling the truth. We don't know. Just don't know.
I'm pretty sure it's happened once a business meeting, like ever since we've been in quarantine.
What? Oh, that's it to you. Okay, moving on. All right, so what's the
Please.
next suggestion?
Oh my God!
Day, Groundhog Day. Is where
Groundhog Day.
Groundhog
Yeah.
Day, Melanie and Gabe. Melanie and Gabe, we have Flex Seal.
Flex you.
Okay.
A flex
I'm not
you.
super familiar with it, but
That's all right. Make it do.
all right.
All right, let's see. For Gabe and Chris, we have New York Yankees baseball. I like how they specified baseball, as opposed to New York Yankees squash team.
Soccer.
Yeah. All
The
right,
Yankees. The Yankees.
the Yankees. And finally, we have. Oh dear. Oh, that's cool. I lost my place. Okay, Chris and Pierce, we have French doors. Okay. So Chris and Pierce, French doors.
Doors. All right.
All right, so one more time, going around the room. Pierce and Melanie, your suggestion is?
Groundhog Day.
Melanie and Gabe, your suggestion is?
Flex Seal.
Gabe and Chris, your suggestion is?
Yankees baseball.
Yankees.
All right, Chris and
Baseball.
Pierce, your suggestion is?
French door.
French doors.
All right, we'll start with Groundhog Day. In our first scene, this is Switch in 3, 2, and 1.
Have you seen Phil? Have you seen Phil? Phil, he's not in his hole.
Crap, we had one job. Joe.
Groundhog rustlers, and we don't know where he is. One day a year.
Listen. Yeah, I know. Okay, I put that trap on top of the hole last night.
Okay, good. That was step one. Did you put the bait in it? Did you put the bait in it?
Yeah, but then I got hungry. It was a long night, dude. That cheese looked good.
You ate the cheese?
Yeah, I ate the cheese. Was really nice, soft
You didn't share it?
mozzarella.
Flex Seal.
You were asleep.
Flex Seal.
Now, listen here, ma'am. I'm afraid I'm going to have to replace every pipe in your car. All those car pipes.
Listen, I've just had my pipes replaced in this vehicle. It is a 2010. It has had 3 separate pipe replacements.
Yeah, see, that's the problem with these newfangled steam automobiles. Their pipes, they rust. They corrode. They erode. They fayrode. That's not one of them. But it's all the same.
I feel like I'm getting the runaround with you. I can't believe I have to get new pipes in my vehicle. This is an electric car. I shouldn't be. What is
Look
that?
here at this pipe. Tell me what you see. Look,
I see
look at it.
I see you.
Well, yeah, you shouldn't
Looking
be
at
able
me?
to. There should be a gauge in the middle of that helps to filtrate the water to make more purified steam.
Yankees baseball.
I don't think you know what you're doing.
Hello. Thank you for letting me stay in your bed and breakfasts. It's such a nice place here in New York Cities.
We do what we can. We were trying out this whole B&B scenario. Hopefully you find what you need, the accoutrements, they're to your liking. But if there's anything you need, you feel free to tell me.
It's so great. I did not even know that you can have such a small apartment with bed and breakfast. I mean, literally, the bed and breakfast are the same thing. It's so nice. I was looking at my tourism books here, and it says that if you're in New York City, you absolutely must go to see the Yankees. I was wondering if maybe you're free today. You could take me and explain the baseballs to me.
I suppose I could do that. That's kind of part of my duties here in the B&B. I rent out half of my apartment, but then I also, I take people on tours. I like to walk in front of the group and raise my hand. It makes me feel big and in charge.
Also, it's very easy to follow when someone like your size is the hand in the air. I've been in big crowds in cities. Like I was in the Vatican one time, and I got lost from the tour groups, and I almost, became the Pope or something because I just wandered into random rooms.
Yeah, it's important if you're leading a tour group that you wear some sort of hat that makes you stand out. I like to wear the propellers. I wear one of them so people can always keep their eyes on me. But yeah, we could go see the Yankees for sure. I know Bobby. He's one of the heaviest hitters on the team.
Oh, you know the Bobby from the Yankees, Bobby? I don't know any Yankees, so I would love to meet this Bobby.
And neither do I. I just pulled a name out of a hat.
French
clearly.
doors.
Okay, look, the place is great. I love what you've done. I'm willing to put in an offer, but you've got to get rid of the doors. You got to get rid of the doors. The doors are not going to work. They're not going to work.
Let me tell you something. Those French doors over there were actually the first things that were built in this house. Back in the 1930s when this house was created, it was just a field and 2 doors. That was it. We built the house around them. The doors have to stay.
I'm sorry, Gertrude, but my ex was French, and it was French this, French that, French fries, croissants, la croix. It was all French all the time. I can't have French doors in this home.
But the beauty of the French doors is, you get to choose which side of the doors is actually supposed to be France. If you want to live in Germany, you just say it's Germany on the inside and it's France on the other end of the French doors. Or if you're even a little more, you're like Iberia, you could say Spain is on the inside and the France is on the others. That's the beauty of the doors.
Okay, Gert, I like where your head is at. Now, I like this. So we can put France outside.
That's what I do. Who wants to have French in your house, I don't even keep French dressing. I'm kind of like you, That's why I keep the French doors always closed and they're locked.
Flex seal.
So, I'm afraid I don't know what else I could tell you.
I'm afraid I'm going to take my business elsewhere. I think you are giving me the runaround, and I don't think you know what you're doing. I think, in fact, I think I might know more about my vehicle than you do.
I think you will find that I am a very honest sort of gentleman, and that while, yes, I suppose, in some ways I was trying to give you the runaround, I never directly lied.
I tell you how I've been fixing my car for years. I get some Flex Seal and I just wrap it around any hole in any pipe, and it's fixed for years. I could save you a lot of money if you hire me, and I just Flex Seal people's cars when they come in here.
The longer that we keep a-talking, I'm confused why you came to my establishment in the first place, if you know everything.
Okay. Look. I'm still upset about the cheese. We're going to come back to that. But we've got to find Phil. We got to find the hawk.
Listen. Do you remember how we trained it to respond to our little sounds, right? This is just making me want more cheese.
Yeah.
French doors.
So what are you gonna do? You're gonna take the house with the doors intact, and you're gonna pull the wool over my eyes and try and destroy my dreams and everything my family built.
Okay, Gertrude, you've talked me into the doors. They're now Luxembourg doors.
The dorks, they are dorks from Luxembourg. I'll be honest with you. When my husband was in the service, we went there, and it's a country full of dorks. I don't want to be, classist or countryist or whatever, but Luxembourg is kind of dorky,
So the inside of the house would be Luxembourg. So, yeah, I mean, that's great and all, but let's talk about the shag carpet.
Oh, you can't get rid of the shag carpet either. That was put in special. It grows. It gets taller. It gives you something. It's like having a lawn inside your house. You get to mow it. You can cut it. It's good.
I mean, look, I already have to mow France.
Well, yeah, you don't want France overgrowing. I mean, France is weird enough already. Can you imagine an overgrown France,
I mean, that was my ex.
For Yankees baseball.
I never would have think that the Yankees were so young. This was 9-10-year-old baseball players, but they looked really good,
Yeah, they're pretty young ones. This one here's my nephew.
Oh, hello, Mr. Yankees.
It's my sister's kid.
Is this the Bobby you speak of?
Yeah, this is Bobby.
You're very good, Bobby, sitting on the bench the whole game. I did not even know that was a position.
Well, he's what you refer to as a bench warmer. That's a very important part of any sports team.
Oh, yes, that sounds very important.
You want to make sure you keep the buttocks of the talented players nice and warm.
Oh, that's good that he does it through the bench and not with the touching, because that would be weird.
You don't want any cramping in the glutes or in the gluteus.
That's true. I'm not sure what that is, but it sounds like a cramping there would be better. Glute cramp sounds painful.
Yeah. So whereabouts you from? I can't quite tell. I'm not super practiced.
It's okay. People ask me this all the time, and I say from here a little bit and from there a little bit as well. It's more. I'm kind of what you would call just everywhere, like places. If you were to take a plane and fly over the ocean, you would get to where I live. Either ocean, because the world is round. Either way, you can go.
Yeah, I suppose it's true. I never thought about it like that. That you could fly wherever you wanted and wind up back where you started.
It's amazing. That's how circles work.
Scene.
That was absurd.
Oh,
A little bit.
That whole thing was absurd.
that was fun.
That was definitely a Saturday night switch right there, dude.
Oh, goodness.
Oh, man.
All right. Our next game is going to be for Chris and Pierce. It's called Old Job, New Job. What we need for this one is occupations. So if you in chat just want to drop some occupations in the chat, anything, everything, anything at all. What we're going to do is we're going to take two of those occupations, and one of our actors is going to be leaving an occupation, moving in to a new occupation. But some of their habits and things they knew are going to stick with them for better or worse. We'll have to see how that plays out. Which one of you is going to be?
I'm the job dude.
All right, Chris is the job dude. Oh, for a suggestion of what was bigger than a bread box, Chad, for Switch, my brain instantly went to a very big loaf of bread.
You know,
It doesn't fit in the box, man.
It doesn't fit in here.
okay, honestly,
This is bigger than the bread box.
there are standard measures of bread if you're in
I don't-
Europe, and if you're in the States, it just is different because we use the imperial system, and that is a PSA you didn't need to know.
I have not seen a bread box since I might have been 5 years old, like 1981. Was the last time I saw a bread box.
Yeah, Mom was into vintage stuff. Anyway, all right, so we have a suggestion for a dog walker
All right.
and a cosmetologist.
A cosmetologist and a dog walker. Do you have any preference, Chris, of which way?
I used to be a cosmetologist, and now I'm a dog walker.
All right. So this is going to be Old Job, New Job with Chris as the working man. He used to be a cosmetologist. He's going to be a dog walker in 3, 2, and 1.
Oh, hey, yeah, you're here to take the dogs?
I am. I'm here to take all of your little babies and your puppies, and I'm gonna exercise them. I'm gonna poop them. I'm gonna make sure that they are done correctly, and that you can just do what you need. Okay, you need to relax. I will take care of everything.
I appreciate it. So, so we have Bonzo. Bonzo's the Great Dane.
Oh, he looks so nice.
He can like jump up on you, and he's huge, right? I mean, he's a Great Dane, so just be careful because he can get like right up in you.
Oh, don't worry. If they get right up in me, I've already noticed. I can probably do something about the snout. It's not a big deal. I can put maybe just a little bit of concealer on there. It'll really sort of tone the cheekbones and make them look more equine. Like someone will be like, "Hey, that looks like a horse," and be like, "Thanks, my dog walker did it."
Yeah, he gets mistaken for a horse all the time. My daughter actually rides him sometimes. Like a horse, like a little pony.
Oh, that's absolutely sweet. So I'll just I can just take it now. If we want to talk about payment, typically I do have an hourly wage, but I primarily work on a good tip, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. I guess. I tell you what, since this is your first time in the neighborhood, why don't I walk Bonzo with you, and you can kind of see where he likes to go.
Okay, I mean that's fine. I was trained. I went to school for this, and I kind of know what I'm doing. I was 14 weeks.
Not a question of trust. Totally, absolutely, and intimately trust you.
Okay, I mean, but too many hands in the soup spoils the chef or something. So I guess if you want, we can do it. By the way, I just want to let you know that outside, the sun is definitely gonna expose that thing on your forehead. I can, maybe conceal it. Pretty much all I do is conceal things. So if that's what you'd like me to do.
Sure. Yeah, that would be great. So here's Bonzo's leash.
Oh, thank you. I'm just gonna wrap that up. This.
Well, Bonzo's attached to it.
I assume so. I felt the tension when I pulled it. Yeah. Yeah. So I'm sorry. I was having a fit there. I had to sneeze, and I didn't want to ruin what I've done.
Are you allergic to dogs?
I am. But I figured I need to make a living, and I was gonna maybe just walk them around for you and
poop them. Yes, I remember.
Yes, I was going to poop them. Yeah. That's very important.
Hand scene.
That got so away from me so quickly.
What just happened?
It got away from me so fast. So fast.
I love that Chris is the extent of knowledge about cosmetology is concealing. I can conceal everything. Isn't that what you do?
As soon as I started, I was like, man, I should have did this the opposite way. I should have done this the opposite way. Anyway, whatever. I have fun. Right on. Let's move on to our next game and forget that one happened. Let's go to the game of Pillars. This will be for Gabe and Pierce, but Melanie and I will be helping out as well. So I'll swap a little background action here. What I'm going to need as a suggestion for this would be what would be a stupid thing to argue about, like maybe roommates arguing about some dumb thing, or married couple, or just best friends. It's one of those things where you get a discussion and maybe it goes out of left field and you're arguing for no reason, or it's just something that's really dumb and mundane that wouldn't even be something worth arguing, but maybe people bring it up. Don't know. Just something people argue about. And we'll use that as our suggestion. The game that we're going to be playing is Pillars. So Gabe and Pierce will be improvising a scene on the suggestion that you give, some sort of argument. But what's going to happen during the scene is every once in a while, our actors are going to kind of hesitate because they're going to have forgotten what the next word is that's coming out of their head. Something I do all the time and normal anyway. But in this game, they've got a lifeline. They've got us. They're pillars. So anytime they raise their hand, one of their pillars will just spout out the first word that comes to their mind, and that will be the next word out of that actor's mouth. So I will be Pierce's pillar. Melanie will be Gabe's pillar. So anytime Gabe raises his hand, Melanie will just say a random word. That's the next word out of Gabe's mouth. When Pierce does it, I'll help him out, and so on and so forth. And they'll have to try and justify why they said that word, because it doesn't have to make any sense with what you're saying. We can just say whatever we want, basically. So Pierce, Chad, do we have a suggestion for some sort of argument or just a kerfuffle, if you will, that would be kind of stupid to argue about?
For a half a second, I felt much more handsome when he called me Pierce. But okay, we have a suggestion for, is a hot dog a sandwich? Which I find, yeah.
Sure. So this scene has something to do with a hot dog or a sandwich, or is a hot dog a sandwich? That's just the suggestion we have. So this is Pillars with Pierce, Gabe, and throwing up the assist, me and Melanie, in 3, 2, and 1.
Hello, darling.
How you doing, Francis?
Oh, not too bad. Not too bad.
I have to apologize. I do. You asked me to go pick up lunch, and I did, and you said that you wanted a sandwich, but the only place that was open was Sneaky Pete's, and so I got us a bunch of hot dogs.
Well, I think that's quite all right, darling. It's not a problem. I from time to time long myself some stinky meat. It's quite refreshing, even from time to time. When one takes too many meals of sandwiches, you can start to feel a bit
Blown glass.
blown glass. You know, when you blow the glass and it starts to puff and puff and puff until it pops. Let's just say I've had too many little cucumber wedges.
Right, Francis, we just call that bloating here in the States. So
Yes.
yeah, but I really feel bad. I feel bad because I mean you're so bumblebee in your habits. You flip from pretty thing to pretty thing to pretty thing, and you suck the sweetness out of it, and then you're off again. And I feel like if I'm giving you hot dogs, you're just gonna suck my sweetness and leave.
Darling, I know that before we fell for each other, I did get around quite a bit. And yes, I have been compared to a succubus many times. That is not rare for me. I have a very dark past where I hurt quite a few people. But with you, I want things to be different. I treasure you. I want to hold you to the highest regard. You are my
Scrunchy.
scrunchie. You know, I wish to scrunch you, to squeeze you, but also you keep me in place.
Hey, Francis, I appreciate you picking up like Americanisms kind of things, but that's not really that romantic. I mean, I'm a romantic at heart. I want flowers. I want candy. I want
Jelly.
deli meats. I don't want to think.
We call those jams in British vernacular, but that's a different thing.
Okay. Yeah, I want jams, Francis. I want jams, not just hot dogs. I've had enough hot dogs in my life.
You're the one that bought the hot dogs, darling.
Well, I'm sorry. I got flustered. You asked for sandwiches, and I didn't know if that meant something else in British. I didn't know if it meant hot dogs or if it meant tuna cucumber things or if it meant
Steam whistle.
steam whistles, because y'all always ride trains.
It is true that a version of the word sandwich, which does not have a W, C, or I in it, does mean steam whistle. But I distinctly asked for a sandwich of bread and meats. But it's all right. I want to put that behind us. This is our past. We are building a future.
Okay, Francis. I can let go of the hot dog. I'm sorry. I get a little obsessive sometimes about food. I apologize.
Yes, you do become a little obsessed, but not as bad as my ex-boyfriend. He was just dreadful. I had his name in mind, but then I just instantly forgot it. He's a very brutal chef who's on TV, but I know it's one of those ex-relationships I try not to think about. Oh, Gordon Levitt, that's his name. That's not him at all.
And scene. Oh man, we just was that an amalgam of like Gordon Ramsay and Joseph Gordon-Levitt?
I'm just gonna leave
Gordon-Levitt. Oh, this is such a fun night, man. I just had an aneurysm laughing so hard. Okay.
Okay.
I don't know why this is all so funny. It's
on
ridiculous.
that. I don't know.
All right. So,
I feel like I'm in middle school. Like every double entendre is. Ever since Chad said he was pooping, I'm pretty much toast.
all right, for our next one, Melanie and Chris. And Chad, this one's an easy one for the audience. Any 2 suggestions. Just type in 2 words. We don't care. We're just going to take 2 of them, and we're going to make a scene out of it. Or at least Chris and Melanie are going to make a scene out of it. Gabe really did leave. He just left. His chair is there, and that's it. Hopefully he'll come back for the next game. But Chad, that's all we need is 2 suggestions, and Chris and Melanie are gonna do something with those 2, and make it happen. I'm realizing now that the introduction for this is just that, and there's nothing more to say. I never keep talking because that's my job.
Yeah, mostly. I was just thinking they were quadruple entendres in that last scene. So
Yeah.
we kind of did the entendre singularity almost. By the way, thank you so much for the bit cheers, Miss Marauder, Katie Joe, and Rock and Roll 0928. We
Thank
really
you.
do appreciate that. Okay.
I don't know why you're cheering. This show is ridiculous, but we appreciate it.
Hello. Okay, so we have a suggestion for. Well, this kind of goes back to the last scene, but smelly deli meats.
Melly Deli meats.
All right.
Okay. And paint.
All right. Melly Deli meats and paint. This is the basic good old fashioned 2 suggestion game with Chris and Melanie. 3, 2, and 1.
I'm exhausted. That was a lot of work we just did. That's too much work.
It was a lot of work, and I watched you work so hard. I was sweating watching you work so hard. But George, I just don't know if I like this color.
What? This is Luis. No, let me talk. God damn it, Luis. I just spent the last 5 hours repainting this again for the 4th time. You told me this was it. Eggshell white. You didn't like the ivory. You didn't like cloud cumulus white. And you definitely didn't like Q-tip cotton white. I can't do it anymore.
I've changed my mind altogether. This is what I think. I think since we're going to have our deli, smelly deli, I think the color of the wall should be like bologna or salami or a charcuterie for the wall, as they say.
Yeah, Luis, I understand that the deli is your dream. And I understand that this is going to be fun for us to work together. But I still would like to recommend that we do not use your maiden name of Smelly in the name of our Smelly Deli meat store. I need to have a say in this. I feel like this is a bad decision.
Well, George, before my father died, he insisted that I carry on the family name and keep Smelly Deli. And when you married me, you said I love the smell of your deli.
I did.
And it just made me giggle then, and it makes me giggle now.
But honey, that was pillow talk and love and stuff. And I don't know
We were young.
I don't know if the rest of the world needs to be in on that particular joke. You know what I'm saying? Look, your dad was smart. You know, he had a shoe repair shop.
Smelly Souls. Now, that's a much better way to use the smelly name than in deli meats. I'm just saying, you know.
All right. Well, what if we just went with a condiment color?
Like mayonnaise, because it's already there.
No, it's not. I mean like a Dijon or a ketchup.
Well, those are two very different things, Louise. Now, if you want to have a Dijon, what I can do is I'll smoke a lot of cigarettes in this room, and then the white paint will get yellow, and then maybe I'll just throw some sand on the wall, and then you got Dijon. If you want ketchup, just keep arguing with me and see what happens.
George, you are what? I just figured out how we were going to smoke the meats, though. Damn, George, the reason I married you.
There needs to be a Smelly Deli meat store. There needs Smelly Deli's meats. There has to be one.
Smelly Deli's meats with ketchup-colored walls.
Oh God, Chad, make a note of that. We'll do that as a short film or something. Jeez, or a series. Okay.
I never changed my background for that either. So there you go. My brain is gone.
I mean, it's Chris's job to paint your walls anyway. So.
Yeah, there. See, like this, honey. Sky blue.
CGI blue. All right, Chad. For our next game, we need 3 suggestions of genres, different genres. So movie, films, other kind of cinema. Primarily, that's all we care about. TV, I guess, maybe counts streaming.
Theater.
But we need 3 different genres. And what's going to happen is Gabe and Melanie are going to be doing this scene, playing this game where they'll do a scene, first off, just in a normal way, and then have to redo that exact same, as normal as we're being tonight.
It's too late. It's too late for normal tonight.
We'll see what that normalcy looks like. But they will do a normal scene, and then they'll have to redo that scene 3 times in 3 different genres, as deemed by our celebrity audience. So, Chad, what are the celebrity audiences?
The audience?
Yeah, because we know them all.
That makes them celebrity. We celebrate you all.
They're famous to us.
That's right.
Chad, what we got?
All right, we have a mystery.
Ooh, I like mysteries. What else?
We have a sitcom.
Oh, that's close to what we're trying to do.
Right. See a lot of those later. Yeah. And we have a cooking show.
Cooking show. All right. So, we got a mystery, a sitcom, and a cooking show. And so, like I said, Gabe and Melanie are going to be doing a scene in just a standard, regular old improv style. Here to start with, and then they'll do it 3 more times in these 3 genres. To kick them off, Chad, let's pull one of those old suggestions out of a hat, out of the virtual Twitch hat, and see what we got.
All right, we have wedding reception.
Wedding reception. Okay. So, Gabe and Mel, y'all have something to do with the wedding reception. This is scene 3 ways in 3, 2, and 1.
Well, all in all, it's going pretty well.
I think it's amazing, actually. I mean, the flowers are gorgeous. The music is perfect.
Yeah.
Look at the band is just rocking out to every great 80s TV show theme.
Mm-hmm. It's
exactly what we wanted.
If I had to nitpick, the only thing I would say that's even slightly off is the bride is missing.
Well, she's kind of flaky. The way I look at it, she showed up for the wedding.
That's true.
I mean,
Susie was there for the most important part. Yeah.
The reception is really for the groom. I mean, it's his way to just party off like all the stress of committing to being married, right?
Yeah. I think we can all admit that weddings are just for the grooms. You know, it's really their day to feel special.
Yeah, I mean, they've been dreaming about it since they were little kids. And look at our groom. He's out there he's doing the Cupid shuffle. Look at him. He's loving his life. But, listen, we're going to have a problem when it comes time for the toast, though, because usually there's a bride. So maybe you could
Put on a dress and pretend to be Susie? Or is that was just the first thing that came to mind. It's not at all what we have to do. I'm sorry. I don't know why. I thought I would do that.
It is kind of amazing that the dress fits you so well, and you did do a little contouring. I noticed.
Just a little. I wanted to look great for my man Jack's day. You know, I wanted to look good for him.
Yeah, I think that you trying to make Jack happy is exactly what he wanted today.
Cut. Yep. That was a scene. So let's see it again from the same exact scene. This time as a mystery. It's a mystery. 3, 2, and 1.
Well, Louis, this wedding is happening.
It's exactly how we planned it.
It's a statement of fact. And I think down to the most minute detail, things are going off without a hitch.
Yeah, we got some nice big band blues back in the day. But we got a little problem.
Yeah, what's that?
Well, we got what they call a missing person. You know what I'm saying?
God, yes, I'm familiar with the term. Well, you're going to tell me who's missing? You're going to leave it there? I need the information, Louis.
Don't pressure me, man. I've been drinking a lot at this wedding, all right?
I'm sorry, Louis. I can smell it on your breath.
We got ourselves a runaway bride. You know what I'm saying?
Good God.
You familiar with that?
I am. I've had 3 of them myself. It's been a hard life.
Oh man. Look at our groom over there.
Second wedding.
A suspect, if you ask me.
Yeah, no, I definitely think that Jack may have had something to do with it. What?
He's taking his clothes off on the dance floor. That's a classic distraction when you're trying to hide a body. You expose your own.
Cut.
Say what? What?
Oh my God. That was so freaking weird.
Trying to hide a body, you expose your own. Melanie 21.
How to get away with murder.
That's right. Just when in doubt, take your clothes off.
All right. You know what? Okay, here we go again. Same scene. This time as a sitcom. In 3, 2, 1.
How you doing?
I'm great. You know what? This is a heck of a day for a wedding. Am I right?
It really is. It's pretty good. You know, I did notice Jack is drinking an awful lot, though.
You know what? Let Jack have his day. I heard his girlfriend's just well, how do I say this? She's a bit of a loon. She has run the coop, as they say, if that's a phrase.
Well, that's I did notice she's a bit nuts. I wanted to break them up. I thought maybe we could work together and have a ploy, try to break them up. Then I thought better of it. I just kidnapped her.
Have a what? You kidnapped the bride? Oh my gosh! What are we gonna do? He's over there dancing like crazy. And the crowd's going wild. What are we gonna do? We gotta go. We gotta get her out of here. We gotta get her away from him.
Well, I mean, we could get into the bride and groom's car and just drive away. See, I was decorating it with the other groomsmen, and I putting cans on it.
You got so frozen there for a moment. You know what we could also do is you and I could dress like the bride and groom and take home all all the gifts because did you see the load they got?
Holy cow, you're so right. No one will ever know. You know what? I fit that dress to a T.
Okay, I was gonna wear the dress, but whatever, man.
Cut. That was a weird sitcom.
Yeah, I don't know why I brought kidnapping into it. I'm not sure where my brain was going with that one.
How I never met your mother.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Grand Theft. You know.
How I kidnapped your mother. Yeah. Oh, good.
All right, let's see if we can wrap this game up with something wholesome, like a cooking show. One more time through the scene. This time it's a cooking show in 3, 2, and 1.
This is the best we've ever done, and I really I want to win. I want to win this one. Okay, I need to win this one. I've made it all the way to round 5 on my desserts, and now it's encore week.
Well, I mean, I think you have a real shot at it. You've made an incredible 17 layered wedding cake for Jack and his bride. I think you're going to do it.
Well, you know, the idea of, make their wedding cooking show was so exciting because I've dreamed of making all the courses of a wedding, from the appetizers to the meal to the cake. And
Yeah.
I know my cake was amazing, but the entree, I need to get this right.
Well, I want to focus in on your cake for just a second because I want to know what inspired you. The first layer has a man squeezed into the bride's dress. The second layer had a naked man dancing as the groom, and with a couple of private eyes staring at him, which I thought was a very interesting choice. And then the third cake was just a bride being shoved into the back of a car. So, what exactly inspired you to make this tiered story?
Well, I'm so excited to share my story because it's actually my story. See, this cake represents my failed relationships and my 3 marriages. I was a runaway bride, and then my ex tried to find some detectives, but they were horrible. And then I got kidnapped, and so, but I found my way out by eating my way out of the back of the car, and I realized I love food and I love eating, and it brought me here. And so, I mean, this cake is the culmination of my life.
Oh my God, Susie, that is a harrowing story. Really, I think you have a real shot at winning this one. But I gotta say, it's going to be between you and the homeless guy on the show because his story is also a heavy tearjerker.
And scene.
Turns out it was always just the cake.
The Great British Baking Show got weird. Okay.
They did.
Yes,
It's because
yes.
they kept changing the hosts, and that's just what happens.
Yeah. All right, so let's bring this show to a close with one of my favorite games, right?
Yeah, one final game. Yeah.
Yeah, and this is for Chris and Pierce, and it's so I'm gonna need a couple of letters again. This time 2 of them, but normal consonants, not any of the weird ones. And what's going to happen in this is I'm like checking my background carefully without eliminating myself from the show, is that we're going to swap out some letters. And these guys are going to have to create a new language, so to speak. So, and Chad, if you can pull a suggestion that was not used, because I'm sure there are tons of amazing ones that people are just pining for us to use. And then a couple of common consonants, and that's all we need.
Alrighty, let's see what the chat is coming up with. First of all, for the suggestion for the scene, we have NASCAR driver.
Of course. Perfect. NASCAR driver. So let's get some interesting letters for this.
Okay, we have the letter P.
P.
And the letter R.
Ooh.
Okay.
P's become R's.
Peas become, or we can do it either way. It doesn't. Ours can become
Yeah.
peas if you want.
Ours, let's make ours peas.
Yep.
So Roger would be Podger.
Podger.
And then Podgip.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So here we go with letter sub. It's something to do with NASCAR with Pierce and Chris on 3, 2, and 1.
Hey, Pitchard.
Oh, man, I haven't seen you in forever.
No,
Eat up.
yeah, it's been a while. I've been stuck at home watching TV. Did you catch the NASCAP last week?
I did. I watched all of that pace.
Man, the pace car in that pace it had a hell of a pace, man. It was like, you know what I don't like about NASCAP? They don't make any pipe turns. It's all left.
All left turn.
Pipe tuppence.
All left tuppence.
All left tuppence, yeah.
But it Pilly comes down to the quality of the drive-up.
The pivot, yeah. You know, we could do our own pace. We can pace out here on the stapete, right? Pot outside my apartment.
You want to throw down?
Yeah, I want a depag pace.
Back pace?
Me and you. I'll get in my Painge povip.
I've got my Kia Pio.
Oh man, them Kia Pios are nice.
Right?
What you got the good upholstery in your Pio?
I mean, it's leather.
How's the patio sound? You get Sipius satellite radio?
Patio, satellite patio, yeah.
Oh man, no, I just got an antenna and a tape deck in my Painge povip. But anyway, I'm getting besides myself. See, you distracted me with Yope Kia Pio talk.
Yeah. All right. So what's the wager?
The wager. I was thinking that you, if you win, which isn't gonna happen, but if you do, if you happen to be able to defeat me, I will make you dinner. I'll go out into the fopist. I'll hunt a pabbit. I will cook that pabbit. We will have pabbit.
Post pabbit?
Post pabbit pup gips. Ham pup gips. Like at McDonald's. The ham pup gip?
Ham pup kit.
Mm-hmm. It's good. It's delicious. Pabbit ham pup gip is some of the most spumptious cooking. I use my my BAP-BQ.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. And a poticipe.
So if you win,
Mm-hmm. What do I get?
I will pea sod your lawn.
You will pea sod my lawn. My lawn needs to be pea sod.
Nougat Pass all the way from the sidewalk to Yop Frapunt Dope.
My front dupe. Yeah,
Dupe.
well, you don't forget my poppage, my front poppage. I sit on my poppage and I watch my poppage. I got a poppage outside my dupe.
Okay, I'll
I don't have a deck. Deck's in the backyard, but I use a poppage outside my dupe.
Okay, you pawn.
And scene.
Oh Jesus!
Oh my God.
My brain just exploded trying to understand what y'all were saying. I
What
can't
was
imagine.
the hand puppets at McDonald's? Well, I couldn't even figure out what the rabbit hand puppets.
Oh no,
my
it was hamburger, but it's ham butt gip. I was trying to say a rabbit. I was trying to say rabbit burger, and it came out Pabbit Bupkip.
Bupkip. Looking for Gabe. He's like, I don't.
Yeah, I was losing my
I'm
mind
like,
trying to
right?
figure out what was going on.
Yeah, maybe ours weren't the best idea, but whatever. It's a first for us, so we did it. It worked. It whopped.
Wow.
All right, so wow. And
My goodness.
I want to go out my dupe. That was my favorite. That's our
My
show,
dupe.
ladies and gentlemen. You know what? If you didn't enjoy yourselves, you don't have a soul. Because I had a great time and it was fun. Thank you guys for watching and giving us all of your suggestions and your support and your cheers and everything. I have tears still streaking down my face from these scenes. It's what I needed this Saturday night. It was a long week, and this was good. So thank you, guys. I want to thank our cast here tonight. All of them did a wonderful job. Melanie, Gabe, Pierce. Look forward every week, every Thursday, Saturday, Tuesday, and whatever other days that we get together and play these games, especially for the hour before the show where we just talk a bunch of BS in the virtual green room before our show. But thank you guys. And I'm going to turn it over to Chad. Or just before I do, I want to remind you guys, if you have any final ideas for maybe a show title that that you want to put into the hat for what we might choose, feel free to type those in now. I'm going to turn it over to Chad for any final announcements as well as selecting our title for tonight. I'm sure there are plenty, but so Chad.
We have a ton. But before we get to those, I would like to give a special thank you to Katie Joe, Rockarola 0928, Miss Marauder 7, Eagle Panini, and Archradish, and yeah, that's pretty much everybody for the bit cheers. We really do appreciate that. And as well as Rockarola 0928 and Comedy Girly for the resubs. We really, really do appreciate that. All that goes a long way into, just, continuing whatever you all saw tonight. I mean,
I was thinking Kia Pio.
I actually drive one of those, so that makes a lot of sense, yeah.
Kia Pio.
Yeah. Okay, so let's get to the suggestions. Oh my goodness. Who wants to have France in your house?
That was a ridiculous scene, by the way. No.
I loved it. I'm going to poop them. This is just making me want more cheese. It grows.
Does.
Pretty much all I do is conceal things. Gordon Levitt.
No!
I love the smell of your deli.
Oh, that was good stuff.
And when you married me, you said you love the smell of my deli. Yeah. Everybody
The full name of that shop is Kelly and Nellie Smelly's Deli.
Oh, if I had a nickel for every time. Anyway, everybody poops.
That started the show. That started the show before we got started. Yeah.
Put on a dress and pretend to be Susie.
Oh, a lot of good.
Man.
Oh boy.
Yeah. So if any of you guys have anyone that you guys want to vote for again, just type it. Like if there's one of those that you really feel strongly about, go ahead and type it back into the chat. Kind of give us a second vote, second that motion, and we'll look forward to looking those and choose it. I just want to remind everybody this Tuesday we've got another a round of Jackbox games. This is our very first Tuesday of March, so we're going to be starting another month-long competition, but we're in need of guests to come on and play with us. So if you're interested in wanting to come on and join us on our Zoom channel and we'll get on our Discord and play some Jackbox games with us, go to ConnecticutImprov.com/contact. Let us know. Give us your contact info. Let us know you want to play. We'll schedule you in on a Tuesday, 7:30 Central. We typically get on an hour earlier, but just to get you on to play. And we love to have guests. It's our favorite night of the week to just sit back and not have to do anything other than play games and enjoy each other's company. So we would love to share that with some of our viewers, our followers. Yeah, so I think I wasted enough time. Chad?
Okay, well, so far there's popularity for I Love the Smell of Your Deli and Gordon Levitt, so...
What do you guys think?
I love the smell of Gordon Levitt.
I
think the smell of your deli.
Smell of your deli?
Yeah.
Sure, that's fine. I love the smell of your deli. That works for me.
Love the smell of your deli. Okay.
That was a good line. It made me laugh in the whole scene. That's good. So, all right, is that what we're choosing? I love the smell of your deli, or the smell of your deli,
Love the
whatever.
smell of your smelly deli.
Deli.
What? Who gave us that? Who's that from?
Oh, that was from a few people. Miss Marauder 7 and whoops, sorry, Abby Joyce. So,
Abby Joyce. All right. Well,
yeah,
thank you,
both of those
Abby
are
Joyce and Miss Marauder.
There's your kudos right there. Good kudos. Oh.
Got the kudos. Do we have you got a raid planned there, Chad, or?
Yes, we actually have Legal Eagle T, who I have actually played Jackbox with in the past, and he's got a stream going tonight. He's actually playing Blather Round right now, which is one of my favorite
That's my
games.
favorite.
So if you guys want to play as audience members and everything, we're about to raid him in just a second.
All right, so I just want to say once again, thanks to our fantastic cast for tonight. Tonight was such a fun night, and I want to thank all of you guys who tuned in and watched and gave us all your suggestions. We can't do the show without you. Otherwise, it'd just be us making each other laugh, which, while fun, is not as fulfilling. So thank you guys. I'm Chad. I can see Chad's getting ready to swap us over to our raid. So if you guys wouldn't mind sticking around just long enough to come in and say hey to Legal Eagle T and just to show some support for some fellow Twitch streamers, that would be much appreciated. So with that, I would like to say thank you and have a wonderful rest of your night.
And I hate to be that guy, but apparently the raid is not working. So.
The raid's not working, so
Yeah,
we're
so-
still good.
all
You
right.
can still have a wonderful rest of your night.
Y'all take